Life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see, the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose what you think in life you choose. Cause nothing's real at this point. Tricks that were up your sleeve suddenly gone, never to be seen. You stand there with a nosebleed, confused as to why you didn't see. But only those that really see are the people who don't need to disagree. Their mind completely empty, free of the need to be seen by those who don't know how to be. It's a shame you don't have life figured out. If you did, you wouldn't need to scream and shout. Life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see, the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose what you think in life you choose. You grew up thinking you'd be the most legit, high up, sat up straight, only be the best things in life piled up on your plate. But you soon found that plate was mostly empty. Yesterday's food and a mouthful of cheer up. Don't worry, eat your veggies. It doesn't always make sense. A few years older and you're sitting on the fence, contemplating if it's worth the stay. Or if you take that leap, will it all fall away? But we forgot one thing about life's choices. You and I never really had our own voices. We just stood around and waited to do what we'd been told, when all along you just wanted to scream into the phone. Life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see, the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose what you think in life you choose. You grew up thinking you'd be the most legit, high up, sat up straight, only be the best things in life pile up on your plate. But you soon found that plate was mostly empty. Yesterday's food and a mouthful of cheer up. Don't worry, eat your veggies. It doesn't always make sense. A few years older and you're sitting on the fence, contemplating if it's worth the stay. Or if you take that leap, will it all fall away? But we forgot one thing about life's choices. You and I never really had our own voices. We just stood around and waited to do what we've been told, when all along you just wanted to scream into the fold. Life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see, the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose what you think in life you choose. I don't expect you now that you're all grown up to understand how it's all messed up. How should you? You couldn't even sum it up if the numbers were dumbed down enough, cause things never added up. We tried to understand them as full-blown adults, but the questions we would ask fall on the graves our past, because they're gone so long. So sad to bad, wish you could have had but didn't ever have the chance to say what it was that you needed to say, to get the heavy feeling off your chest, to breathe another day. So now you sit thinking about that fence. Would it have been better to jump instead? I guess we'll never know, but one thing's for sure, life hits you different when all you do is go. Life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see, the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose what you think in life you choose. You grew up thinking you'd be life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see, the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose what you think in life you choose. Cause nothing's real at this point. Tricks that were up your sleeve suddenly gone, never to be seen. You stand there with a nosebleed, confused as to why you didn't see. But only those that really see are the people who don't need to disagree. Their mind completely empty, free of the need to be seen by those who don't know how to be. It's a shame you don't have life figured out. If you did, you wouldn't need to scream and shout. Life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see, the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose what you think in life you choose. yesterday's food and a mouthful of cheer up. Don't worry, eat your veggies. It doesn't always make sense. A few years older and you're sitting on the fence, contemplating if it's worth the stay. Or if you take that leap, will it all fall away? But we forgot one thing about life's choices. You and I never really had our own voice.
Noise, 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 honk.
To the phone. Life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose. What you think in life you choose. You grew up thinking you'd be the most legit. High up, sat up straight. Only be the best things in life pile up on your plate. But you soon found that plate was mostly empty. Yesterday's food and a mouthful of cheer up. Don't worry, eat your veggies. It doesn't always make sense. A few years older and you're sitting on the fence, contemplating if it's worth the stay. Or if you take that leap, will it all fall away? But we forgot one thing about life's choices. You and I never really had our own voices. We just stood around and waited to do what we've been told, when all along you just wanted to scream into the fold. Life hits different when it's figured out. But that's the thing about figuring time runs out. You see the moment you think you got it, your brain goes and drops it. You just keep on playing without realizing all the pain you're in. Every day a new way to stew and spew and lose. What you think in life you choose. I don't expect you now that you're all grown up.
You see
to
this over here?
understand how it's all messed
Yeah, I
up.
see
How
all
should
four
you?
of them.
You
Oh,
couldn't even sum it up if the numbers were dumbed down enough, cause things never added up.
well,
We
this is
try
not.
to understand them as full-blown adults, but the questions we would ask fall on the graves our past, because they're gone so long, so sad to bad. Wish you could have had but didn't ever have the chance to say what it was that you needed to say, to get the heavy feeling off your chest, to breathe another day. So now you sit thinking about that fence. Would it have been better to jump instead? I guess we'll never know, but one thing's for sure, life hits you different when all you do is go. Life hits different when it's figured out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Giggity. All right.
seems quiet. Too quiet.
I'm Batman. Gotham is never safe without me. What time is it? It's 7 o'clock. Okay, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You can attach towers? Shut up. Impromptu performance this evening, which I must say was indeed a welcome distraction. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. You're very kind. This is going to be funny. What in the world is going on? Good evening, friends. It is absolutely wonderful to see you. Brexter, thank you for giving Corky a sub. That was very kind of you. As promised, I will not add any counts to the wheel over there. As promised. But that doesn't mean
Do an
We
educated
got-
guess.
You don't
It
get one of
doesn't give
these.
us anything.
Wicca, stop it.
Is it?
Wicca, stop it. Wicca.
damn. I really want someone to win that. It is good to see you all. Let me scroll back up here real quick. Shorty. Congratulations, Shorty, on claiming first place again. You are a rock star. Corgi getting almost first. That's just as good as second in my book. So, rock on. Mad Locust, even though you came in with the honk, it's good to see you as well. It is. It really is. Rexter, my guy, you're something else. And I mean that in a good way. In the mind of Andy redeemed a book bonk. All right then. Here's our book. Here comes the bonk. Ow. I'm fine. Thank you for that, Redeem. Okay. There we go. Still on cooldown? Yeah, thinking I should lengthen that actually. Seems like a good idea. I know Andy. You know Andy? Oh no. Look, anyone that's has some sort of affiliation to Shorty concerns me just the slightest. Kay's here. Excuse me. Hi, Kay. Oh. Before I get too far. Andy is a normal one? Oh, thank God. Thank you, Andy. Bless your heart. Hi, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. Can't complain. I hope you are doing well. Just recenter myself here. I don't know how that keeps moving. I promise I am nothing like Shorty. I mean, to be fair, I don't think anybody is like Shorty. Okay. Shorty is in a class all by herself. For good or for worse, you choose. I'm just kidding. It's all good. But I ordered a third book for our our reading list, I guess you could say. So we have what? Why am I yawning? I took like half an hour nap. Should be fine. So we have our current book, right? Evolving Hope. That's what we are reading right meow. Force hydrate, thank you. My tea is still quite hot, but we'll see if it's ready. I don't know that normal is the right word for me, but compared to Shorty, I understand. I think. Oh, yes. Callie! Ladies and gentlemen, the author has arrived. Evolving Hope is Callie's book. This is what we're reading. We're reading one of hers, and it's fantastic. Oh yeah, so getting back on what I was saying. So we're reading this one, and then we'll be jumping into Almost Human, completely different style of book altogether. You drinking the usual tea? I sure am. But today, like half an hour ago, the third book arrived, and I want to show you. I want to show you the book. Trying to post that we're live on IG. Are you on IG to tag? I am, but I'm not under the Bookfather. It's just under my entire name. I should probably change that, shouldn't I? It's just under that. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. I have to head off to work. Oh, the worst. I'm sorry, Andy. You'll be all right. You got this. Your name is Jason? No. Yes. Our third book is nothing like anything we've read before. And I'm so glad Stop Mama's Mama is here for this announcement of this book, because she's either gonna, I don't know, grab me by the ear and ask me what the heck am I doing, or she's gonna cackle. Jury's out on which way this might go. But the third book is called Smart as a Whip. Now, here's what makes this book interesting. This isn't, Renato, this is not a made-up story. This is the author, Jackie Donovan. This is based off of her actual life. Okay? Aside from the cover. A madcap journey of laughter, love, disasters, and triumphs. When Jackie meets Max, she makes an astonishing decision that will change her life forever. As she immerses herself in a passionate affair and liberating new career, can she survive this erotic but painful journey of love, power, laughter, and what is that? Tears? Or will it destroy her? It's a very cursive writing, and it's not very bold compared to the rest, so it took me a second to read that. But yes, this is about her life in London as a dominatrix. So that's on our reading list. So there you go. So Evolving Hope, Almost Human, and then Smart as a Whip. And Callie said she wants to read that. So Callie, I mean, oh, I see your Instagram thing. Thank you. I can't stop you from, reading that whenever you want, but if you want to read along when I get to it, that could be cool. Are you going to have to move your reading time to 11 p.m.? No. No, I'm not. All right. Now that I've unveiled that, here is your puzzle for the evening. It's another castle. Addykins at night. All right. Well, there we go. So now you know what's up. Let's do this. Got our races up. Let me just make sure the HUD is still on the correct screen. Good. Looks like it is. Wonderful. Callie's in the puzzle. Let's get our races going. And as you'll see, I managed to figure out how to get the everyone marbles changed. So yay for that. So if you want to use those marbles, all you have to do is type !play space and then add the 1 or the 2, and your ball will become whatever it is. Oh, I think he... Oh, no. Yeah, I guess you don't need the space. You got it. It worked. For some reason, I thought you needed a space, but I think they must have programmed it to work regardless. So there you go. Oh, 90 seconds. Forgot about that part. All right. We are starting off on chapter 11 this evening. This chapter starts off with Wyatt. I'm not sure if it switches. Oh yeah, it does. A little later on. So, there's no entry sound routine, correct? No, there's not. Wait, what? I thought you meant for marbles. What do you mean? You mean like a custom, like, I'm here? Kind of like what Stump Mama's mama has. She has her own command. There can be, but I'm very picky. I have a feeling, though, you wanted to do something about, I don't know, Zayden. Or are you just giggling? That also checks. Yep. That also checks. For those of you that know Witchy, she's got the laugh, but let me tell you, Shorty's got the giggles. He won't make me a jump scare one? You've never asked. And if you have, I don't remember. All right, look. Just let me read the book, okay? Stop bullying me.
Honk, noise, honk.
Satisfied. I'm gonna take away your sword. Chapter 11. Thank you for being here. I think. Sit back, relax, try, and I'll read you a story. Chapter 11, from Wyatt's perspective. I want to kill him. He won't stop. Not fidgeting, throwing that damn bottle, humming, talking in circles to himself, singing, or asking random questions. I've completely lost track of time. How long has she been gone? Maybe I should just bang my head against the wall for the smallest reprieve. It's utterly boring here. Wouldn't you prefer to talk rather than... Mori Roma. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. That sound always takes me by surprise. It's wonderful to see you. Wouldn't you prefer to talk rather than sit there pulling at your hair in silence? His once velvety accent now grates on my last nerve like salt in an open wound. I stare at his gigantic form lying on the concrete, his long legs shooting up the glass in some kind of yoga pose, and my teeth grind together. Before I can answer, his legs windshield wiper to the floor and he moves to cross-legged position in a heartbeat. He's so swift. Is Tegan that fast too? His head turns toward the hallway. They're coming back. That one sentence evaporates a large portion of the tension in my body. I look towards the hall, but can't see or hear anything. A full minute later, the door in the back scrapes open. My breath freezes in my lungs as their steps approach, and my throat gets all clogged from the anticipation. They round the corner and my heart crashes to my stomach when I see them carrying her. Is she faking being unconscious? I latch on to the small sparkle of hope as my gaze locks on her face, looking for any movement of a wink. But there's nothing. Jeff drops her feet to pull out the taser and approaches the door. Brett? Oh, Shorty coming in with the win. Must have been that special marble. Well done. What? Brett snaps while fumbling to support all of Tegan's dead weight. He looks like the weakest one. And it looks like there's 90 seconds on the clock. I'll need to rush him if we attempt our plan. He's untied. There's a slight quiver in Jeff's voice, and one side of Tilly's mouth twitches up in a smirk. Fuck. He drops her onto the floor to approach the door, and she still doesn't make a move of her own. You two, back against the far wall if you don't want to be electrocuted. I immediately walk to the back right corner, but Tilly takes his sweet time, standing and lazily moving to the left. It's the slowest he's moved this entire time. Give me the taser. I'm going to unlock the door as you pull her inside, Brett demands. She isn't stirring at all. This isn't good. Jeff hands it over, and the door clicks open as he bends down to lift Tegan's shoulders. He drags her through the doorway. My nostrils flare and hands clench into fists at the small line of blood trailing from where they laid her down. Jeff lowers her shoulders to the ground right inside and backs out, keeping his eyes on us. Well, more on Tilly. Brett tosses in another blood-filled water bottle that rolls across the floor to Tilly's feet. We'll be back for you soon. Make sure that bottle is consumed completely first. I promise it's more comfortable than being tasered unconscious, unless you want to experience that again so soon. Tilly just tilts his head, almost serpent-like in response. The door closes and the locks click into place. Tegan. I don't even wait for them to be out of the hall. I rush over and drop to my knees by her side. I take her pulse and examine her various wounds. A doctor. I should have known. Tilly comments from across the cell. I remain focused on Tegan, but the sound of liquid glugging down the drain reaches me. I check the severity of the lacerations and burns across her torso and thighs. They aren't bad compared to what she had the other day, but one hasn't fully closed yet. I apply pressure to the wound while making sure I'm not missing anything more serious. I hate how skimpily dressed she is in front of Tilly, which is stupid. I have no claim on her. I mean, hell, she's attractive. But the feeding thing wasn't because of attraction. It was needed. Pure and simple. She needed my blood and probably has no interest in me outside of that. Listening as I get the kids' bedroom routine started? Wonderful. It's always good to have a routine. She okay? I look over as Tilly flops down on the thin mat. Glancing back at her emotionless face, I brush my knuckles across her high cheekbone, and her eyelashes flutter. Yeah, I think she's waking. She blinks slowly and clears her throat. We lock eyes, and I realize my hand is still pressed to her cheek. She gives a faint smile. Oh yeah, talk dirty to me, Firebeav.
Ooh, Rexter coming in with the win this time. I came in third. That's really rude. Don't be shy, folks. This is a Grand Prix. Anybody could win. You missed the first race? Oh no. It's alright, Kay. You can still catch up. I reluctantly drop my hand and scoot backwards. Oh, sorry. I was just checking your condition. Heat rushes to my face, and I nervously push my frames back up to my nose. Yeah, I know. She pushes herself up, groaning, and leans against the wall. Her eyes land on Tilly and narrow. Oh, yeah. That's Tilly. He's like you. Tilly turns his head toward her and elaborately salutes. He wouldn't give me your name. She pauses for only a moment, and emotions rapidly cross her features. Worry, guilt, and finally resignation. I'm Tegan. Pleasure. He goes back to staring at the ceiling. I couldn't care less about him right now. What the hell happened to her? And what are we going to do now? I fight my urge to touch her again, my shoulders rounding toward my ears. Are you okay? I think so. I don't remember much of it, but I'm sore right now. She looks down at her hands, chin trembling. I'm sorry our plan didn't work. Hey. I lightly grasp her chin and tilt it up so she's looking me in the eyes. It's not your fault. I hope I grabbed your chin there and didn't, smack you in the face. We'll figure something else out. Tilly's head whips towards us, and Tegan stiffens. I could assist with said escape plan, assuming neither of you wishes to remain here. Tegan licks her lips, and when she talks again, her voice is steadier. No, we want out. I just haven't been strong enough. He nods. Is that why you didn't try the glamour before they took you for testing? Partly. I've also just been... Let's try that again. I've also just never been great at it. I can't make the memories hold for more than a few minutes. He nods again. Well, I'm fairly certain I can get us all out. Her head cocks to the side. Are you going to glamour them before they take you? No, I rather liked your original plan, and them taking me unconscious. He air quotes. Plus, you'll need time to feed again. She looks at me with a slack jaw and pinched brows. I mutely shake my head in response. I wouldn't have told him that. How could he know? He chuckles to himself and rolls his eyes. I'll give it roughly 10 minutes from when I leave this prison. Then I'll glamour them. Best case scenario, I can snag their keys and return to you both. Worst case scenario, they return me here like they did you. My chin lifts and my hands close tightly at my sides. How do we know you'll return for us? Irritation sharpens my tone. You don't. Each word is clipped, just like Kay clipping the heels of everybody and winning the race. But that's all right, folks. We have another chance. We don't have a choice. We're stuck here regardless. Tegan says with a heavy sigh. I'm really sorry. It's not your fault. I give her shoulder a reassuring squeeze. Tilly whispers, "They're bringing a cart this time," and chuckles quietly to himself. He sits and drops his head, deepening his breathing. His enormous form takes up the whole cot plus 3 extra feet. Tegan's eyebrows furrow and she places her against the glass. She places her ear against it. Good grief. I swear to God I've read before. Oh, I don't think the heal thing works anymore, by the way. They had an update to it, and I'm pretty sure they decided to take that away. I don't know why. Oh, it did? Okay, maybe they took it back. Because there was a message up a couple of weeks ago showing that the extra commands were gone. Adds 40 health, but just once. Right on. Right. Tegan's eyebrows furrow, and she places her ear against the glass. Almost a minute passes before I hear the squeaking wheels of a cart. Brett and Jeff push an old rickety wheelbarrow right up to the solid glass door. Brett unlatches the lock while pointing a taser at us. Up against the back wall. Cat barks. Hello, madam. It's wonderful to see you. Jeff steps into the cell with large ropes draped over his shoulder and a second taser gun pointed in our direction. He bends down to secure Tilly's wrists and ankles. Brett pushes the cart to the center of the room, giving us a death stare. If either of you move a muscle, I'll drop him and fill your veins with vaults faster than you can blink. Brett places the taser loosely in his front pocket and nods towards Tilly's upper half. Jeff moves to lift it while Brett hugs and raises his lower. Tilly's head sways about with the movements. They take 3 steps toward the cart, then swing his colossal form up. Tilly's weight pushes the wheelbarrow, and it rolls away from them. Oh, fuck, the cart! Brett snaps at Jeff. Brett drops Tilly's feet and runs to catch the cart. He pushes it right up to Jeff. You're going to have to drop him in while I hold it. Jeff sighs and pulls up with all his might and dumps Tilly's upper body back first into the wheelbarrow. Tilly remains motionless, dead weight the entire time. Panting, they head back out of the cell, and Brett pushes the cart towards the hall. Now remember, Tilly, the colossal giant, is supposedly, pretending to be knocked out. I guess we'll see what happens. Jeff places a raw steak and another sandwich within the window. Sorry about the accommodations. We're working on moving him, and hopefully we can release you both soon. He sounds sympathetic, but we all know they won't release us. Neither of us gives him a response, and he turns to follow Brett. Oh, fucking hell. She rubs her face. He's tied up now. Hopefully he can still glamour them. He didn't have any issue with the ropes earlier. Sliced through them like butter. His fangs are larger than yours. She glances over, stunned. Did he hurt you? No, not at all. He's a large, scary man, but more annoying than intimidating. He did nothing to me other than irritate the crap out of me. A small smile cases some of the stress from her face. Cases? Eases. Good grief. Now I'm going blind. Why is he so irritating? He just doesn't stop. Not talking, humming, moving, fidgeting, but he didn't touch me. Her shoulders drop with relief. Well, that's good at least. Do you trust him? Not yet. But in all fairness, I probably trust you more than I should. I jest with a smirk. She winces. I want you to be able to trust me. Her longing gaze captures my full attention. Maybe I didn't at first, but that was only because I was trying to keep my distance. Since we've been here, she jerkily gestures to our cell, I've been nothing but honest. The small tremble in her voice leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. I step closer, cupping her face between my palms and tilting her face up to mine. I know. It was mostly a joke. I brush her smooth cheek with my thumb. I do trust you. But him? I look off to where they took Tilly, slowly shaking my head. Yeah, there's something off about him for sure. Just like when the bookfather wins a race. It just doesn't seem right. No, that's not in the script. God damn it. Gotta stop saying these things out loud. Whee! She presses her face into my hand more, and my eyes find hers again. My thumbs trail over her jawline and brush down the sides of her neck, letting them fall to my side. You should feed before they come back. I can't control my heart rate at the thought. Her nostrils flare, and her eyes shift from their beautiful gray with specks of gold to a darker color, the gold turning pink throughout. Are you sure? Her fangs slightly slur her barely audible voice. I step even closer, erasing any space between us. Our bodies connect, and I slide my arms around her waist. Her lips part, the tips of her fangs showing, and I lower my mouth to hers. I move so slowly, giving her time to push me away or say no. When she does neither, but sucks in a breath of air, I bring my lips right to hers. Is this really happening? I've dreamed about this more nights than I'm happy to admit, but is it actually happening? With our mouths barely touching, I whisper back, positive. Her fingers roam up my back, snapping my restraint, and I sink into her with a deepening kiss. She melts against me, her fingers digging into my bare back like she can't get close enough. Our tongues ease and dance together, feeling each other, learning each other. Her faint caramel taste pulls a groan deep from my core. My tongue brushes a fang and my arousal spikes tenfold. It should scare me, right? Not make me hard as steel. I grip her hips, exploring her curves. She grinds her lush body against mine, and my hands roam lower, squeezing her barely covered rear. She sniffs the air without breaking our kiss, her deepening moan captured by my mouth. We don't have time for this, let alone all the other things I want to do to her. damn it. We need to get the hell out of here first. Then we can finish this later. And there will be a later. I need more time to explore her body. Reluctantly and against all my desires, I pull back. We're both breathless. I cup her flushed face. I want to continue this so badly, but we only have so much time, and we have to get out of here if this chance presents itself. And you need to be at your strongest. She nods, her swollen lips glistening in the light. You're right. I need to feed. Should I do your wrist or neck this time? Well, we don't know if his plan will work. Do we want to risk them seeing the marks if we're stuck here? No. The thigh is the best hidden spot, given our current clothing situation. I agree, though, not going to lie, I'm loving being able to see you walk around in just these. I slide my thumb along the lacy strap of her underwear. Clenching my jaw, I force myself to take a step away before I can't. I turn around and remove my torn scrub pants. Do you have a leg preference? I face her and slide down the glass to the floor. I don't bother shielding myself this time. She was grinding against me not a minute ago. So what's the point? Oh, cat. You've escaped your box. Put me back in. Sorry, the cat's out of the box now. Used to be a bag, but we've upgraded. Maybe the other one to allow the first bruise to heal more? You're the expert. I stretch the other leg out straight ahead of me. If someone had said last week that I would be trapped in a cage and excited about a person drinking my blood, I would have called them insane. And yet, here I am. I tilt my head back, looking at the ceiling and away from her firm ass, tightening my hands into fists so I don't touch her like I'm dying to do. My body's warm, and my heart feels like it's going to beat out of my chest. One kiss, and I'm a hormonal teen? Sometimes that's all it takes. So now we're switching over to Tegan's point of view. Hey, look, it says Kitty Cola. Meow. I didn't know you were sponsored in this, cat. That's amazing. And they're off. All right, Tegan's point of view. Fuck, he's so sexy. Thank you. Oh, she meant the doctor. I just want to run my fingers up his thick, defined thighs. Trying to fight the urge, I bite my bottom lip and let out a sharp hiss when my fangs nick my skin. Are you okay? Heck yeah, I don't roll my balls for free. Nice. His chin drops and his eyes zero in on the dribble of blood trickling down from my lip. Oh. He doesn't wait for an answer, just leans forward and swipes the trail clean with his thumb. I freeze instantly. It feels like time has slowed, the surrealism engulfing me. My breath grows faster as he lifts his thumb to his mouth. His tongue leisurely slips out to lick my blood off, and I'm mesmerized. Thump! Mr. Thump Gaming, you came in at a very... Well, I guess you'll have to decide how good the moment is, because this guy's about to get fed on, and he knows how good it feels. Oh my god, and there's a chaos here. Whew. It's gonna get crazy. Thump Gaming, everybody. Chaos Girl. Nope. Okay. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Tingles run south. This is the hottest thing I've ever seen. Just like Bookfather winning another race. So hot. Too much? Probably too much. Let's let somebody else win this time. All better, he says with a smirk. With a shake of my head, I refocus on his leg and lower myself above his artery. I'm swarmed by his increasing woodsy mint scent. Not an ounce of lemon present this time. Resting my sharpened canines against his flesh, I press in slowly, his skin surrendering to my invasion. Slipping in until the warm ambrosia coats my tongue, fills my mouth, and glides down my throat. A rush of warmth, strength, desire, and power follows, cascading from my head to my toes, warming my core as it passes. I moan, and my bite deepens. A groan escapes him, and his head falls back to the glass with a soft thud. I lick the wound, tasting the saltiness of his skin, and then take a deeper pull of his blood. His stiff member twitches in response. His hand half rises, but he lets it fall down again. Another thick pull, and his hand and hardness twitch in unison. I'm taking longer than I need to, but I love the physical reactions he's having to me. I want to bite him everywhere to see what elicits the best responses. What hurts him, what tickles, what excites him, and what sparks his lust so much he can't stand it. I want to find every spot. My hand moves up his bare thigh until I reach the cotton of his boxer briefs. I hesitate for only a second, our eyes locking. Then his lips part, and I move my hand higher. His unblinking, hooded eyes watch me grip his firm cock through the thin material. My hand moves in slow strokes up and down. I take even deeper pulls and lose myself to his taste. I want to ride him while feasting from his neck. I want him to fill me while nourishing me. I can't get enough. He groans and twitches within my grasp. The warming pleasure pulses through my entire system, tingling and soaking my center. I want so much more. The kiss left me damp and wanting, but this sensation. I need more of him. Need him filling me in every way. I'm desperate for it all. I've never felt this ravenous. This is more than my injuries, more than our situation. It's his blood. It's intoxicating, and I'm drenched with desire. I could straddle him, taking him into me in more than one way. From his scent, he wouldn't stop me. In under a minute, I could have him uncovered, my panties pulled to the side, lowering myself onto his thick length and sinking into his neck. But I can't. My chest tightens. If I don't want to hinder him, this can't continue. I've already taken too much. My body tenses, and somehow I slow my drinking. My hand slips free, but my bite lingers. The urge to keep my fangs embedded is too strong. Maybe I can just take a tiny bit more. No, I can't. A heaviness fills my stomach, and my brows pinch together. With a deep sigh, I retract my fangs and lick the wound closed. I suck the area to create the hickey, then sit back. I shouldn't be embarrassed. The sweetness of his desire is strong, and I don't sense any bitterness of regret. But I can't look him in the eyes. His voice is rough with heavy breaths. Did you get enough? Yes. He nods, then leans forward, cupping my cheek between his hands and pulling me forward. It's the briefest kiss. He barely tastes my mouth. But I've never been kissed after a feeding. While it doesn't sound like a huge thing, my emotions are going haywire. The intimacy is in such a minor act makes me want things I've never even dreamed of wanting. I've only ever fed on random people, even the few rare times sex was a part of the equation. Once I got what I needed, I was out of there. This one simple act has made me feel cared for, protected, treasured, important, desired. Each a foreign concept I can't fully comprehend, and each coming stronger and faster than the last. He stands to pull his scrub pants back on, tucking and trying to conceal his hard-on. I remain kneeling. We'll just leave it at that. I'm just kidding. I remain kneeling, lost in an emotional roller coaster. This is all so new to me, but I kind of like it. Or maybe I kind of like him? His voice pulls me back to the present and slows my chaotic thoughts. How much should we tell him? Well, considering he's in the same position, I don't want to lie to him, but he hasn't earned my trust either. Maybe err on the side of caution and only tell him what he needs to know when he needs to know it? I'll follow your lead. Though if he can get us out of here, I'll trust him a bit more. My breathing is more under control, but my heart's still beating wildly in my chest. Did you get anything worthwhile from him while I was away? Hardly. Wyatt rolls his eyes while running a hand through his disheveled hair. He seriously talks in circles and answers questions with more questions. Who is Tilly? And can we trust him? Butterflies swarm my stomach, which isn't reassuring at all. And who am I kidding? Can I really allow myself to trust people? Yeah, I'm trying to with Alina, and now I guess Wyatt. But how much is too much? How will it be used to hurt me? Am I even capable of fully trusting another? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 11. Ooh la la. How we doing on time? Christine, Hello. Let me just check. 5 minutes. So yeah, we'll definitely be running an ad here just to get it out of the way. Chaos says more. More. Read it to me. Is everyone still with me? Is everyone okay? I mean, I know Callie is. She wrote it. She knows exactly what happens. Although, Callie, I don't think you've ever heard anyone read your own stuff to you before, right? I'm here, just zoning. Fair enough. It's kind of odd hearing my spicier scenes read out loud, though. Yeah, you'll get used to it. The bench you made looks amazing. Congrats. Here? Nope, first time. Oh, that reminds me, yeah. So, I was going to show you guys. Where did I put that? Hold on. So, I finished building this bench that you see. And I have basically placed this image on like Marketplace, a couple other areas. And I am now basically taking orders for people that are, you know, somewhat close to see if they want it built for them. And I do have already a few people interested. I'm just waiting for them to get back to me on the yay or nay. I had one person ask if I could, using the same material, make 2 smaller ones out of it, which I said sure. I had another guy that was like, yeah, I like it. I just need to check the measurements, but I might want 4. I was like, okay, that's cool. And so, yeah, and a few other people have chimed in as well, but I'm just waiting for official orders. So I'm excited. And it's a really fun one to make. And it looks good. I would want 2, but not close. Where do you live, Chaos? Don't be specific, obviously, but, you know, roundabouts. Wow, that's great. Congrats. Thank you. Amlass, look at you. Winning stuff. Arizona. Right. Yes. So yeah, I just realized you didn't see that, but yes, Amlass, you won that last race. Congratulations. All right. I'm going to run the 2 minutes of ads, and then I think I'll do a couple of workouts, a couple of spins, and then we'll get to the next chapter. All right. Let's see what we got. Good Lord.
Regular curls x10.
That was quite the tune. Regular curls times 10. Do nothing. Hate to do this, but I'm wipes. I'm gonna leave you a sleepy kitty lurky. Don't worry about it, cat. Get some rest. Your body's still recovering. You can't just go at it full throttle. I appreciate you being here regardless. Also, shameless self-plug, but today's the last day to snag Evolving Hope's ebook for free. That's right. Callie has an ebook version of what we are reading, so if you like this and you want a free copy, type in !hope, go to the link, find the ebook, you'll get it for free. Today's the last day, though. I'm going to do one more spin of the wheel since that one was a do-nothing. What is this music?
Streamer Fix X10.
Ooh, streamer picks. I thought I unplugged that. All right, so we got regular curls times 10, and then I'll do, I guess, hammer curls times 10, since I'm already there. Feeling strong. All right, thank you. It is because of your subs and gifted subs that I am able to spin that wheel and do those things. So I just want to say thank you again for that support. It really does mean a lot. It allows me to buy these books, for example. All right. Take another sip, and then we'll crack on with chapter 12. Rexter taking a significant lead in this race, followed closely-ish by Kay and Catbox. I guess taking a significant lead and then saying followed closely doesn't really make sense, does it? That's what they call an oxymoron. Man, I need to do more, like, weights during the day, because, man, it feels stiff. You know what I mean? You lift weights and then you're like, holy crap. Okay, enough complaining. Chapter 12 starts off from Tegan's perspective. Moving on to race number 9, the bracket. Here we go. Page 117, by the way, in the printed copy. Wyatt's shoulder presses lightly against mine. The scent of his desire still wafts off him in waves, and it's taking all my willpower not to climb on top of him. My head snaps towards the hallway. The sound of keys clanking pulls my attention away from Wyatt and my inappropriate thoughts. I gently bite my lip as breath catches in my chest and flutters fill my stomach. What is it? Wyatt whispers in my ear. Keys jangling together, I answer quietly. I didn't realize how much hope I'd pinned on this stranger, on his glamoring skills, that they'd be so much stronger than my own. My head drops down and away from the sound as my body goes numb. Was I a fool? There's no way his plan worked. They're probably bringing him back unconscious, choosing to work on the other guy after whatever he attempted. Oh my god, there's an alley here. Hello. Hello, Allie. Sorry, I meant, hi, Allie. How are you? I'm Timu Batman. I sigh and my shoulders slump. I should know better than to let my hopes run wild. Things always fuck it up. My breath catches in my lungs and my lips press into a thin line while I wait for their figures to round the corner and crush the last sliver of hope I have. Wyatt grasps one of my clenched fists. I look down at her hands as he works his fingers between mine, loosening my death grip. It'll be okay. No matter what, it'll be okay. I nod, but my jaw clenches tighter as I look back at the bend of the hallway, my heartbeat increasing to match the clanking metal. Wyatt's comforting touch can only do so much. Just when I think the anticipation will kill me, Tilly rounds the corner, looking as unfazed as if he were strolling through a park. A large bag hangs off his shoulder while he swings a set of keys around and around on a finger, sauntering like he's in no rush. Whew. A puff of breath escapes me and I relax instantly. Wyatt's eyebrows lift in shock, and an amused, surprised grin spreads across his face. Were we both expecting the worst then? Okay, I'm not gonna try and ruin anything here, and Callie, keep your mouth shut. I have a theory. I think this Tilly guy was captured on purpose, or I should say, allowed himself to be captured, because he's working for Patrick. And so he's gaining their trust to get him out of there. Or so that he can get them out of there and straight into the arms of Patrick. That's what I think.
The pig!
Good God. Why is the clip
Over
not showing
there!
up?
Do that one! Why she gotta be right there?
That was weird. Where'd the clip go? What? Weird. I know that I just did an update to OBS, like literally before stream started, because it popped up. But why didn't it play? I have a theory. It could be bunnies. My lips are sealed. Excellent. Night Marcher, it's good to see you, sir. Can we get a shout out for Night Marcher as well, please? That dude is just cool, man. You know? I've met quite a few people on Twitch. Night Marcher's probably one of the, like, most caring, calm people I've ever met. Like, he just cares about people. Not doing it for the glam or the glory. He just gets it. And I respect the hell out of that. I'm not saying other people don't get me wrong. Oh, there we go. There's the clip.
Jesus.
Wow, that's an old one.
No, I'm
Callie, you won. Good job. That was super old. I could tell because your face had less lines on it. All right, where was I? Right, so I mentioned my theory. Let's continue with the story. He side-eyes me and whispers, I guess we can trust him a bit more now. It appears so. Till his gaze drops to our linked hands and he steps and he steps up to our cage, one eyebrow arching. I study him as he tries different keys in the lock. A 5 o'clock shadow dots his jaw. I didn't think we'd been here that long, but maybe we have. It doesn't matter. We're getting out now. I let my hand slide free of Wyatt and excitedly rub my palms together. Chew. Waves from the land of the Super Lurk. Wait, there's a Super Lurk land? Is that beyond the land of Lurk? Super Lurk? I've never been there. What's it like? Do they have snacks? Drinks? It worked? I eagerly approached the door. Obviously. Tilly's dry response reaches me a second before the door's lock clicking free. With a sly grin on his face, he pulls it open. I thought you both might appreciate these. He pulls some clothes and shoes out of the bag and tosses them to us. Thanks. I instantly throw the gigantic Star Wars t-shirt on and then tug up the baggy sweatpants, cinching them in a knot at my waist. On the larger side, but I'm just thrilled to have some covering. Wyatt isn't. He likes it when you were uncovered. Hurry and dress so we can move on. He steps back out of the cell and taps his foot impatiently. I shove my feet into the large sneakers and roll up the ends of the pants so I don't trip on them. Wyatt questions Tilly while putting on a shirt. What about the guy locked up further down? He nods in that direction for emphasis. Tilly swings the keys around a finger again. If it weren't for the stiff set of his shoulders, his redness of his eyes, or his descended fangs, you'd think he didn't have a care in the world. Like this is just another Tuesday. Shit, what fucking day is it? How long was I passed out before even heading to the hospital? How long have we been here? He's none of my concern. His tone isn't harsh or mean, just blunt. Like he's just stating a fact not worth more discussion. Just like we want to discuss Rexter winning another race. No discussion needed. It's fine. Maybe it's all the events and God only knows how many days adding up, but his flippant response pisses me off. Why are you helping us then? I snap at Tilly. What are you doing? Wyatt hisses sharply up at me while he ties the laces of his shoes. I just don't understand. What's the point? If you're so careless, why are you helping us? Wyatt's gaze darts between us. Stop, he whispers while sliding past me and out of the cage. I follow close behind while keeping my eyes locked on Tilly. He makes my skin itch and I don't fully trust him. Hell, I can hardly trust Alina and Wyatt. But Tilly? Something's off about him. Tilly's jaw clenches. Because I said I would. His features get sharper and harsher, the red of his eyes deepening to a dark crimson. If you'd rather I leave... No. We're grateful for your... I cut in, speaking over Wyatt. It's just... we should help him too, don't you think? Warrior of Nyx. Welcome. Warriors of the Nyx clan. The people of Nyx. The Nixonites. I was going to say Nixon's, but that sounds too much like the president. So, Nixonites it is. It's good to see you. Why is everything feeling so stuttery? Stupid OBS update. Is it just my camera that's stuttering? I know it's not like... Well, yeah, it is a little bad. My voice isn't coming through all weird, is it? I mean, I'm assuming you guys would have said something by now. No. Okay. Good. Just the weird camera then. He crosses his arms and leans against the glass wall of the cage. His penetrating stare freezes me in place. Then he huffs and glances away from me. Fine, but let's be quick about it. Will the glamour wear off? Or are there others here we need to be worried about? His harsh gaze swings back to me. There's always more to worry about. But I only saw those two. And my glamour won't crack. Everything seems to be coming through internet pipes correctly. Thank goodness. You don't see the camera stutter? Wait, there it is. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it. OBS did try to tell me that my connection was unstable, but I can tell you right now, I am uploading and downloading at close to a gig, so it's not me. It's Twitch. Anyway, I'll just try and sit still. Try is the word. He shoves off the wall dramatically and heads toward the other section of cages. Wyatt and I have to jog to keep up with his long strides. We round the corner, then stop when a guy comes into view. His gaunt and gangly form is curled into a fetal position in the far corner of his cell. How long has he been here? Tilly's head cocks to the side. Interesting. Are you certain about this? The man's... no. The boy's head shoots up at Tilly's question. He's in rough shape. But I think I recognize him. But from where? Tina mentioned a missing boy, right? My brows furrow as I try to recall more. Ben? I say uncertainly, and the boy whimpers, his glowing neon red eyes snapping to me. Blood trickles down his chin. His lips are fangs scraped, and dark bruises cover his skin. Poor kid can't be over 16, and his wounds, even the bruises, aren't healing? How long have they been torturing him? Memories of starving on the streets and running from Patrick flash through my mind so quickly I sway with a bout of vertigo. Rexter claiming another win. You guys just gonna let him do that? He's gonna take first place if you don't stop him. Just saying. You're killing it. Very good. So, you know him. You definitely want to help him. Tilly's blunt, emotionless questions pull me from my thoughts. No. I mean, yes. I stammer over my words while regaining my balance and clarity. I recognize him from the butcher's shop, but don't really know him. But yes, I want to save him. He's just a kid. The boy scrambles slowly to the door on unsteady feet. His gym shorts are hardly staying in place hardly staying in place on his malnourished form. Barely able to remain standing, He leans heavily against the glass. His chin trembles. Please. Okay then. Tilly sighs and steps forward to unlock the cage. After he tries a couple of keys, the lock clicks and the door swings open. The boy walks past me on jerky legs. Are you okay? I refrain from touching him because he looks like he'll drop with any additional weight. But he's so not okay. He stops abruptly, going ramrod straight. I take a step back out of instinct. Frozen in place, he sniffs the air. My stomach drops. His head robotically twitches toward Wyatt. Wyatt moves back, lifting his arms warily, but the boy lunges with the speed of a determined athlete, his previously sluggish movements replaced with a fierce desire. Food. Hunger. No. Something worse. Starvation. No! I rush forward to grab the kid and pull him off Wyatt. His fingers latch onto Wyatt with a desperation I've never seen, his mouth snapping like a guard dog's. The boy perches on Wyatt, pulling him closer to his snarling face. I don't think he's going to get any pleasure out of this one. I yank back, trying to keep his fangs away from Wyatt's throat, my heart beating through my chest. The boy's nails scratch down one of Wyatt's shoulders, spilling blood between them, and the sight and the smell sends him into a frenzy. I don't want to hurt him, but I have to do something. Digging my fingers into his frail body, I press into the bone hard enough to bruise. He grunts, and his grip loosens, allowing me to force him back a couple of feet. Wyatt slips free and scrambles away. I throw an elbow into the boy's kidney. He groans and drops to the floor, holding his side. Don't! I shout at him, prepared to kick him if he tries lunging that way again. Tilly's leaning next to the cell's door with his legs casually crossed, smirking like he's entertained. He arches a single brow while looking at the boy crumpled on the floor. You should probably just leave. It's the wisest choice at this moment. He uncrosses his ankles and stands tall, swinging the key ring around his finger again. Get up slowly, and we'll let you walk out. What's the matter with you? I snap at Tilly while refusing to turn fully away from the boy. Wyatt's inching closer to Tilly and further away from the boy. Tilly scoffs with a forced chuckle. Me? Seriously? His eyes narrow on me. I'm trying to help, like you requested. The boy hesitantly stands and nods to us, then backs towards the door, eyes latched on Wyatt. He pants, drool dripping from his extended fangs. His heels hit the door frame, and he pauses, looking longingly at Wyatt's throat before turning and darting through the door. Still catching my breath from this entire ordeal, I turn to face Tilly, nostrils flaring. Are you, though? I should be more afraid of him, but I'm just so mad. I'm so fucking over all of this. His icy red eyes bores into me. And what would you have me do? His velvety voice sends chills down my spine. Part of me wants to push him more, but I need to pick my battles, and this isn't one. Whatever. Let's just leave. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen. The puzzle. You did it. Buretesque cattle and Miselic France. Bonjour. Well done. Yay. Oh, wait. Still not here. It's too late, Chaos. We've seen you now. You can't escape this. It is your destiny. In fact, it's so your destiny to be here right now that we shall bring you out into the light. It's never too late to be horribly sneaky. Sure. Kay, I thought you were going to bed.
I don't think our team's gonna get here in time.
Nope. You did. When did I say that? Never mind. For some reason, I thought in my head you were like, I gotta go. But obviously, I was very mistaken, and happily so. Just kidding. That was with my son. So he was the one screaming in short breaths, like he was dying in real life. Wow. Okay. Carrying on with the story. In unison, we turn and head for the exit. The boy left through. I hope he's not still out there. He's just a child, but I will protect us if need be. It's so sweet how she saved Wyatt. That's love, folks. I'm gonna do a wheelie. Heck yeah. How exactly? Another hydrate, thank you. You just like it when my throat's wet, don't you? Sorry, I couldn't resist. How? Carefully. Right. Outside the main entrance is a darkened industrial alley. The cool air bites into my exposed skin. At least I have a shirt and sweats, but the night's too chilly to walk far like this. I wrap my arms around myself to conserve heat. Any idea where we are? I'm new here. My gaze scans left to right, making sure the boy isn't lingering nearby, but I don't see any sign of him. I'm not from around here either. Taylor responds in a bored tone. Well, I see a railway over that way, Wyatt says, white air puffing out, and points off to the left. And I think that sounds like the river over there. He gestures to the right. So, my best guess would be somewhere up near the North Branch Industrial Corridor, making us anywhere from 5 to 15 miles north of the hospital. He rubs his hands up and down his arms. Tilly nods, seemingly unaffected by the chill. I hear the train and boats on the river, so that sounds accurate. My mouth drops open. How can he possibly hear that? Or how can you possibly hear that? You can't? He cocks his head at me. I can teach you some things, I suppose. But let's do it en route. He strolls south. Wyatt and I jog to catch up. My feet feel heavier and heavier with each step. I'm so tired. Tilly glances back at me. You're dragging. First person we pass, you'll glamour and feed more. You need the strength. Plus, you need to work on your glamoring skills. Also, keep your eyes peeled for a car. My chin drops. Face heats. I know I'm not good at it, but to be called out like that? Wait. Are we stealing a car? Wyatt asks, his voice an octave higher than normal.
Wait, are we stealing a car? Guys? Guys? Okay, Kay, I see you. I see you. When I volunteer the ER, I tell the emergency service people after they drop off the patient and are cleaning the stretcher to do a wheelie or do a barrel roll, only to then tack on spiritually or mentally. It makes them laugh. I try to make an already difficult job a bit better. You know, I don't blame you one bit. I don't work at an ER, but I have visited mine way too many times in recent years. So I've seen some of the stuff that ER nurses and doctors go through, and I'm telling you right now, I have the utmost respect for what goes on in that place and what you have to put up with. I can guarantee you, you do not get paid enough. And I mean that. Let's call it temporarily borrowing. Wyatt rubs the back of his neck, frowning at Tilly's answer. For my glamour, how do I make it stick better? I bite my fingernails while I trail further behind them both. I'm assuming you do it wrong. How do you glamour someone right now? I push what I want them to think like a fog into their minds. Precisely wrong. You aren't addressing their current thoughts or emotions, which will always be stronger than what you're pushing, though. From what you're pushing through. I frown and look over at Wyatt in confusion. His eyebrows are arched high, and he's hanging on every word. He glances at me with a small smile and a shrug. First, you need to capture a human's mind and grip it firmly. Envision seeping into their mind's eye and physically latching on to the inside of their heads. That's when their eyes get glassy. He bends to retrieve 2 rocks from the road and tosses them up into the air. From there, you address their emotions. Typically, fear or concern will be up front. You push calmness, clarity, and peace into their forefront of their minds and wait for it to seep through. That's your foundation. Then you build the thoughts and memories you want them to have on top of that. He answers over his shoulder, not slowing his long strides. It's like a form of persuasion. Fascinating. Wyatt looks between me and Tilly, awe in his gaze. He turns and walks backwards in between me and Tilly so he can keep his eyes on me, but my sluggish movements are creating a larger gap. Exhaustion is clinging onto every muscle I have. That's it? And it'll stick? I can't hide the doubt in my voice. As with most things, practice will strengthen your abilities. He bends to retrieve a 3rd rock. Your slowing pace is becoming a hindrance. Might as well practice and replenish your strength. I'm the hindrance? Look at you. I snap back. You haven't been in control the entire time.
Your fangs and eyes haven't gone back to normal since they brought you in. My voice rises, along with my blood pressure. He snorts, but doesn't even slow. I haven't lost control once. My. Kay won another race. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final brick in the wall. Dun, dun, dun. The last race. I wish you luck. This is for all their marbles. He playfully wiggles his eyebrows at me over his shoulder. Perhaps I like them on display. His grin is so wide that his fangs reflect in the brightness of the street lamps. My head shakes and my mouth opens, but nothing comes out. What do I say to that? What the fuck is the matter with him? He starts juggling the rocks while he strodes onwards. I'm well fed and not weakening. You don't need to be concerned about me slowing us down. Ouch. My chin drops at the dig. I am holding us back. I can't even argue that I'm not. Hell, even Wyatt's keeping up better than me. Maybe all the stress and injuries are finally catching up to me. Tilly stops at the opening of an alleyway. Up ahead is a homeless person sleeping. Go. Practice. I speechlessly look at Wyatt. For encouragement, support, denial, I'm not even sure. My skin is crawling. I don't even know what to do. Tilly's right, of course. It's getting harder and harder to take a step forward. But when will this be too much for Wyatt? Should I even be considering it with him here? He looks over when I do, our gaze connecting. He gives me a small smile and nod, obviously less fazed by all of this than I am. I gulp and walk further down the alley with Wyatt at my side. I'm nervous. I know that's stupid, but I am. I whisper to him. His fingers lightly brush against my hand while we walk. It's not stupid. This is something new for you. It's okay to feel uneasy about it, but he seems to know what he's talking about. You won't hurt them, will you? My head draws back quickly and my steps falter. No. My hand presses into my chest. I don't want to hurt them. His skin flushes and his body tenses. Will they feel what I felt? His expression's pinched and he rubs his hands down his shirt. I don't want to hurt or scare them. So they'll feel more pleasure, but I can take away the memories after. I rub my arms and look up at the sky. Hopefully. Well, best case scenario, what he says works, and they're left unhurt and unaware. Worst case scenario, you glamour them the way you have previously, and it'd be like you were living on the streets. Either way, they aren't hurt, and you get stronger so we can move on quicker. Yeah, you're right. For the record, if it wouldn't slow me down, I would totally volunteer. He playfully nudges his shoulder into mine. I pause and look up into his face. He stops right with me and smiles down at me, leans forward, pressing a soft kiss to my lips. Faster than I'd wish, he pulls back. One side of my mouth quirks up in a response to his kiss. I lean around Wyatt to see if Tilly's followed us, but he's leaning against a brick building where we entered the alley. He's picking at his nails and avoiding looking at us. I speak softly, knowing Tilly's hearing is superior to mine. You really aren't feeding? His voice drifts like the wind back to us. Nope, not hungry. He turns to the alley entrance while removing the hair tie from his long hair. Now hurry, so we can get a move on. You two can fondle each other later. He secures his long ebony hair into a messy man bun. Ooh, I won the last race. That could throw some interesting waves, couldn't it? Should we find out who won? We still have about 5 pages of our story, so let's see who wins the race. In third place, Rexter. Surprising. Who's in second? Oh, Stunt Mama's mama. Well done. And in first place. Really? Doesn't make any sense. You came in second place, madam. Who's in first? Anyone else get the reference? What's in second? Who is in first? Who's in second? No, what's in second? Who is in first? Well, Nix, you'll just have to get here at the beginning, because as soon as I start reading, we start the Grand Prix. So, you'll be able to catch up. I only won 3 times. How am I in the lead? I do not get it. But anyway, thanks for playing. Now I'll just put up a few random races while we finish the chapter. Let's do Coils of Power. And I already realized I've moved my finger and I have no idea where I am on the page. Let me find it. Ah, okay. Luckily, it wasn't too difficult. Huh. Well, okay then. Wyatt looks back at me, gives me another quick peck, and then takes a few steps back. I'll wait over here. I cross the remaining distance and kneel next to the sleeping form. The smell is enough to kill my appetite, but this is more for practice and strength than hunger. I focus on Wyatt less than 10 feet from me, listening to his breathing and aligning my senses to his smell to help block out and cover the person's stench. Blech. I place a hand on his leg, and the man jolts into a seated position. Pushing my fog into his mind's eye, I feel around and mentally grasp his psyche. It's like digging my fingernails into thick, wet mud, slippery and tough to get through, but easier once I've pushed in deep enough. Huh, that's a new sensation. His eyes glaze over, and fear springs into his mind. He's terrified. His panic beats into my chest, and with a deep breath, I push out calmness and peace. The tension leaves him, replaced by confusion. You want me to feed from you? Oh. You crave it and know it will feel amazing. His confusion morphs to desire. He nods and leans towards me. My toes curl. I can physically feel Wyatt's eyes locked on me. My body flushes and my hands tremble. I can't tell if I like him watching or hate it. It doesn't matter. I only have one goal right now. I wrap a hand around the back of the man's head to bring him closer, brushing his greasy hair out of the way, pulling his coat down over his shoulder. Well, I just got yeeted. I lean forward and strike. I'm not wasting time. Our goal? Nourishment and strength. The man's moan vibrates against my lips, and his desire smells of sweet berries. I bite deeper, taking in greedy pulls. The quicker I can finish this, the sooner we can move on. A wave of minty yearning smashes into me. My drinking stutters and slows. Wyatt's scent of desire distracts me, making me crave things I can't have right now. I turn a fraction, pulling the obedient man with me so not to break the connection. My eyes search the night and catch Wyatt's in the soft glow of the streetlight. He's biting his bottom lip, with fists clenched at his sides, the woodsy mint scent pulsing over to me. Does he like this? Does he enjoy watching me? Oh, he's one of them. He gets off watching. Okay. I can faintly make out the growing bulge in his sweatpants. His hooded eyes unblinking, remaining glued to my mouth. I take an even deeper pull of the blood, and the man in front of me moans louder. His hands rub up my back, trying to bring me closer. And nobody won that race. So we must try again. Wyatt's lips part, releasing his bottom lip, and he lightly pants. My next series will be Reverse Harem, Why Choose Romance, so trying to ease my audience into that. Okay. I see what you're doing. I got yeeted last. That counts for something? It does. You held on the longest. The man's hand slides down my back toward my rear. I break our lustful look to return my focus to the man. Grasping his wandering hand and pinning it to the side, I take 3 more gulping drinks. His blood isn't as potent or alluring as Wyatt's, but the amount alone has me feeling sated for the first time in days. He'll probably be a bit hazy with the amount I took, but he should recover in a day or so. I pull back, licking the wound closed, and quickly sucking to leave a hickey. When he sits back, his eyes still glassy, I don't feel fear or confusion, only lust. You had a fun makeout session with another person on the street. You went your own ways, and you decided to take a nap after all the excitement. I will the thoughts forward into his psyche, still feeling the deep grip I have over his mind. Repeat that back to me. His rough, raspy voice repeats it, then he crawls back to his makeshift bed and closes his eyes. I wait a moment, making sure it took, and I don't feel fear creeping in. After a minute, I'm pretty sure it worked, so I stand, releasing my mental hold on him. I stroll back to Wyatt. Before I can say a word, he captures my mouth in a searing kiss. I wrap my arms around him, pulling him closer and melt into him. His tongue slides into my mouth as his arms snake around my waist. Not the time. Tilly's drawl has us both glancing his way. Let's move on before daylight. We still need a car. He turns the corner of the alley, leaving us. Wyatt chuckles and grabs my hand, pulling me after Tilly. Do you feel better? Oh, so much. Good. Your coloring looks healthier. He brushes a loose strand of hair behind my ear. I can't stop myself. You enjoyed watching. He gives me a shy smile. That's not a question. No, I sensed you. I could smell your desire. He bites the inside of his cheek sheepishly. I didn't realize you could smell that. Pink tints his face, and he lifts a shoulder in a shrug. You know how it makes me feel then. I would much prefer if it had been you. He brushes a hand across my jaw and bottom lip, longing in his eyes. Me too. Glass shattering as our heads snapping to the end of the alley. He grabs my hand and we run toward the noise. Rounding the corner, we see Tilly further down the street next to a car with a busted out back window. He leans in through the broken glass to unlock it. After opening the door, he crouches next to the driver's seat and fiddles under the dash. He's trying to hotwire it, isn't he? My words are barely a whisper. Oh, I won another race. Goodness gracious. How silly of me. I beg my pardon. No, I don't. Sorry, what was that? I might have lived on the streets and stolen food or clothing, but I've never stolen a car or hotwired one. My stomach tightens at the thought. Good night, y'all. I gotta run. Good night, Kay. No worries. We only have like about a page left in the chapter. So, fear not. I hope you sleep well this evening. I think so. Wyatt slows our pace to a walk. I don't like this. I help people. I don't want to hurt someone by stealing their car. A grim frown darkens his features as we stroll closer. I didn't hear either of you providing better options. Tilly's voice cuts through the brisk night. We come to a stop by the other side of the vehicle. I don't have any better suggestions. I give Wyatt's hand a reassuring squeeze. And then lose my place. And you aren't. He is. I nod over the car to Tilly. I'm not saying we don't do this, but we can also not like it. The engine roars to life a second later. Whatever. Let's go. Tilly slides the seat back as far as it will allow, and it's still comical watching him climb into the car. His knees go up past the steering wheel. I pause, not sure where to sit. I'll take the front. There's too much glass back here for the both of us to sit. Wyatt opens the back door and brushes the glass onto the floorboard and climbs in. I climb into the front. Where are we going? It isn't safe going anywhere we would normally go, so a motel until we can figure out who might still be after us. I shiver and run my hands up and down my arms. Tilly turns the heat on high and pulls away from the curb, heading out from the industrial area. And that finishes off chapter 12. So they're going to a motel. You know what happens in motels? Bed bugs. That's right. You sleep horribly? Yeah, you might. More feeding. Or if she's not hungry, they might just skip to the pleasure part. I guess we'll have to wait until Sunday to find out. Don't forget, on Thursday, I'm gonna try out a demo called, is it Forever Winter? I forget. Yeah, the Forever Winter game. And if I like it, I might actually get the whole thing. I didn't realize how much I liked force proximity until I became a writer. Most of my books feature it unintentionally. Ah. So, Callie, you like being close, huh? Yeah, you do. My weakness is the hospital, or my weakness in the hospital is anything that involves people and bugs. I mean, people is what you get at the hospital, so it's pretty much your weakness right there, all the time. 8-hour shift, 12-hour shift. Weakness. All right. Well, and funnily enough, we actually made those 2 chapters within our usual reading time frame, which I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. So there you go. I've noticed a lot of my Harlequin books have forced proximity. You mentioned bed bugs. It's a combination of when someone has bed bugs, lice, scabies. Yes, yes. I also said how much I appreciate what you do and how much respect I have for ER nurses and doctors, but you didn't reply to that, so. Just kidding. I really do. I would not be able to do your job, even if I was trained. My patience for the idiots that show up to ERs is at an all-time low. Harlequin short adult books. There's over 3,000 of them. Wow. That's a lot. Keeping it humble, I'm not a nurse. I'm a volunteer going for a bachelor's degree in community health. Well, still, you're still doing it, so I appreciate it. I'm dropping for dinner. Thank you, Bookfather, for reading and everyone else for listening. Callie, it's been an honor. I hope you have a lovely dinner. I can't wait to catch up. Right. Let's switch scenes. Pull this over here. Pull up this over here so I can take a look-see and find out who's online that we can go say hello to. Thanks for the book. Yes. Thank you for the book indeed, Callie. I'm very much, nope, snooze. Very much enjoying this read. It's been really good so far. I can't wait to see what happens. Something tells me we're gonna meet this Patrick fella soon, or at least have some sort of encounter with him. Nighty night. Hope everyone has a wonderful night of rest and sweet dreams. Thank you, Stepmama's Mama. I hope you do as well. It was a pleasure seeing you. An absolute pleasure. Right. Man, there's a lot of people on right now. But who do we say hello to? Well, gosh. I'm so indecisive. You know what? Well, he's been on for 4 hours. Might not be a good option. Shoot. There's another, hello, Allie, again. There's another gal that we haven't raided in quite a while. Author Christy. Looks like she's doing writing sprints right now, so it's kind of one of those just chill out in the background kind of things. Similar to this, just much less interactive while the sprints are happening. But we could go say hello. She's in the writing and reading category as well. So if you could copy the raid message, that would be wonderful. And then we'll go say hello.
Honk, noise, 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 honk.
Thank you for ending the stream with that. That is it's everything I hoped for. Everything I hoped for and more. I just realized the bench was still in the way. One for the road. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you all for being here tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure. I love when you guys are here and we get to hang out and I get to read to you. Rexter, thank you again for that gifted sub. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a wonderful night.